Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Volleyball Championships is provided by...
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Volleyball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community. Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the City of Five Seasons as Cedar Rapids once again the host city for the Iowa High School Volleyball Championships here on Iowa Public Television. Now, two champions have already been crowned today. It's time for the 3A title match between Waterloo Columbus Catholic and top-ranked Sioux Center. Barb Randall, Eric Rayleigh with the call for what appears to be, on paper, the most equally matched final potentially of the day. Why should viewers be excited to see what's going to happen here in the 3A finals, Barb?
Well, I love that it's number 1 versus number 3. The state does a great job with its rankings, and they get almost all of them right. It's always the top 4 teams that are in the state final, and so that means they're going to be great matches. Let's take a look at Waterloo Columbus and what they have done this year, and it's their 3rd straight trip to the state. Previously last year in 2A, they were the runner-up. They lost in the championship match, but they're back and they're competing here at 3A. They have played a very difficult schedule, playing 4A, 5A schools throughout the regular season to get prepared for this match. Well, and that's what does it. It's playing the larger schools. When you move up a class, then you get used to the style that's played. It's usually a little bit faster offense, and Columbus is right in there with them, as you can see by them being in the finals of a class up from where they were. That's tremendous. Some strong players leading that Waterloo Columbus Sailors team. Let's take a look at their opponent, the top-ranked Sioux Center, and they have a lot of multi-sport athletes who've been on this stage before, except it was a softball diamond and a basketball court. That's right, and I love multi-sport athletes. I think they bring a lot to volleyball, and I love Sioux Center because their offense runs through the middles, and I'm a former middle, so anytime those middles get set, I'm a fan. A lot of competitors and student athletes on this Sioux Center team trying to win the title against a very tough Waterloo Columbus Sailors team here in Class 3A. Interesting to see what it's going to come down to between who comes out on top with the victory. It's a special day for many reasons. It's also a chance to honor some of the best that have been a part of Iowa High School girls volleyball. Let's now honor the Hall of Fame class here in 2017.
Tonight we honor the 19th class of inductees. Presenting today's Hall of Fame awards, representing the Iowa Farm Bureau, the sole title sponsor of the IGHSAU, is John Sambothy. Today's first inductee is Jessica Gerke from Iowa City West. Jessica starred for the Women of Troy from 2006 to 2009, where she was a 3-time All-State selection. She helped Iowa City West to a pair of Class 4A runner-up finishes and was captain of the 2009 Class 4A All-Tournament team. A 2-time Elite All-State selection, she was named an Under Armour All-American her senior season. Highly recruited, she signed with Florida International for volleyball and track and field, where she was also a state champion standout. Jessica later focused her attention on sand volleyball in the latter part of her collegiate career at FIU. After graduating from Florida International, Jessica was selected to play on the USA High Performance Beach Volleyball team in Hermosa Beach, California. She now works and resides as a personal trainer, yoga and spin instructor at Bay Club in Los Angeles, California. where she resides with her husband, Kaylin Hauptman, and is still an active player on the AVP and CBVA Beach Volleyball Professional Tours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Volleyball Hall of Fame from Iowa City West, Jessica Gerke Hauptman. Today's second Hall of Famer is no stranger to the U.S. Cellular Center. She starred for Mount Vernon from 2007 to 2011 and helped the Mustangs to a pair of state titles and 2 state runner-up teams. She was named the captain of 2 all-tournament teams and a member of another all-tournament squad as a sophomore. A 4-time all-state selection and a 2-time elite all-state selection, she averaged 3 kills, 2.2 digs a set with 52 service aces, en route to being named the Iowa Player of the Year while earning first-team high school All-American honors. She signed with the University of Illinois, was a 4-time academic All-Big Ten selection, while helping the Illini reach 3 NCAA regional tournament semifinals. Following graduation, she's remained active in volleyball in the Quad Cities area, playing both indoor and sand volleyball while coaching club volleyball. She lives in Davenport and is the corporate sales manager at the Rock Island Holiday Inn Hotel and Conference Center. Let's welcome her back to the state volleyball tournament from Mount Vernon, Hall of Famer Allie Stark. There was little doubt early on that our final Hall of Fame inductee was going to be something special. A 4-year starter at Tripoli, she led the Panthers to 4 state championships, where she was the captain of the all-tournament team all 4 years. A 4-time first-team all-state selection, she was the Class 1A Player of the Year 3 times and was an elite all-state selection twice. As a senior, she was Iowa's Player of the Year when she averaged 5.6 kills and 2.6 digs a set while hitting 46%. In 12 state tournament matches, she averaged over 6 kills a set. She took her talents to St. Louis University and excelled there for the Billikens. She was a member of the Atlantic 10 All-Rookie team as a freshman and was a 2-time first-team All-Conference performer. Following her volleyball career, she's continuing her education at St. Louis University, studying in the university's doctoral physical therapy program with plans to graduate with her DPT this May. She was one of the finest to set foot on the U.S. Cellular volleyball stage, and now let's welcome her back here. From Tripoli, Hall of Famer Megan Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the newest inductees into the IGHSAU Volleyball Hall of Fame. From Iowa City West, Jessica Gerke. From Mount Vernon, Allie Stark, and from Tripoli, Megan Gilbert. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations indeed. Quite an honor to be honored in the distinguished Hall of Fame. Barb, you're in the Hall of Fame. It's a very special thing, isn't it?
It is really special, and it's fun to remember back to when that happened and the differences that they've done over the years, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union really makes you feel special.
Now that we've honored the special players, let's take a look at the starting lineups and intros of the teams for this Class 3A championship. It'll be Sioux Center versus Waterloo Columbus for the 3A title.
Let's welcome the Waterloo Columbus Sailors.
Making quite an entrance here, Sioux Center down 0-2 yesterday in the semifinals. They had to win sets 3-4-5. They did just that. They punched their ticket and got to the championship match.
And now the home team on the scoreboard, the Warriors of Sioux Center.
How cool is this entrance? Who doesn't want to run through fog? I mean, that's cool.
Flashing lights, making it a big deal because it is a big deal. Playing for a championship for your town, for your school. Sioux Center, Waterloo Columbus. Columbus 35-8. Sioux Center 34-5. Let's meet the starters and non-starters.
For the visitors, the Waterloo Columbus Sailors. Number 3, Julia Benda. Number 4, Emily Surma. Number 5, Abby Ward. Number 7, Emma Purdy. Number 11, Megan Knudsen. Number 13, Avery Kroll. The assistant coaches are Carrie Merrifield, Brian Duggan, and Brittany Weber. Now let's meet the starters. Number 1, Olivia Fain. Number 2, Lily Christensen. Number 6, Anna Ortiz. Number 8, Sydney Schultz. Number 9, Anna Sinnott. Number 12, Hannah Clausen. The libero is number 10, Kate Shannon. The head coach is Hannah Nuss. Now let's meet the non-starters for the Warriors. Number 5, Erin Roseboom. Number 6, Jenna Belt. Number 10, Sydney Mao. Number 11, Mandy Sitzman. Number 13, Morgan Jensen. Number 14, Chloe Harskamp. Number 15, Casey Holshaw. Number 16, Tori Resink. The assistant coaches are Sarah Koistra and Callie Dykstra. Now let's meet the starters. Number 1, McKenna Traver. Number 7, Shayla Post. Number 2, Cameron Cleveringa. Number 8, Alyssa Mulder. Number 9, Jordan Van Manen. Number 12, Alexis Toring. The libero is number 3, Jade Erdman. The head coach is Julie Oldenkamp. Your officials for today's match. The R1 is Marty Smith. Line judge number 1, Ted Mosier. The R2 is Vince Workman. The line judge number 2 is Kurt Trout. Let's play volleyball.
The stage is set. Let's take a look at the keys to the match. Marty, our Hall of Famer, you've been watching the tournament all week long. What's it going to take for Waterloo Columbus to win a title here in Class 3A?
Well, both these teams have so much grit. For Columbus to win, they need to dig it. They were in the semis yesterday down 0-2, and they came back, and defense won it for them. So they just need to stay with it and play defense. And then they need to serve offensively. Sioux Center's offense runs through their middles, and so if Columbus can serve and get them out of system, it's a lot harder to set the middles.
Last year, 2A state runner-up. What's it going to take for Sioux Center? What are their keys to this match?
Well, again, they have grit as well. They were down 0-2 in the semis and came back and won, and they need to use their state experience. They've qualified for state in basketball and softball, and use that experience to help handle the nerves, the crowd, going through tough times through the match. And then they need to continue their efficiency. They hit 343 in the semis, and it's really hard to lose with that kind of number.
We've handed out a couple of trophies. The 5A champions, Cedar Falls Tigers, defeated West Des Moines Valley in 3. And it was Dubuque Waller rallying to win in 5 over Sergeant Love. After this, we still have the 2A and 1A finals. So keep it tuned here to Iowa Public Television, your home for the 2017 High School Volleyball Championships on this special Veterans Day. It's loud, it's ruckus, and it's time for this 3A final. Back to serve. This is Van Man, Jordan the senior. She's the setter for Sioux Center. On the left side of your screen is Sioux Center. On the right side is Waterloo Columbus. An attack there, and Sioux Center gets on the board first.
Well, and expect a lot of balls to go to Sinnott on the outside there for Columbus. Their offense uses her a lot.
A lot is true. You did that yesterday. 31 kills out of Sinnott. She currently leads 3A in kills, averaging 4.4. We're tied up. Aces across the board, 1-1 in the first.
Way to push the ball to the middle. As we said in the open, I love it when they use the middle, so I'm not really ever going to complain when the middles get involved.
Olivia Fain had a good semifinal match as well, distributing 55 assists for Columbus. She's behind the service line. Nice up, the attack, down the line. You bet Waterloo Columbus on the 2-0 run.
Well, I already like what I'm seeing from Sinnott. She's hit a ball cross court and she's hit one down the line. So the Warriors really need to be prepared for her to go anywhere.
Nice pass, back set. They're gonna say it grabbed the line.
Yeah, the trajectory, looking at it when she hit it, it looked like it was gonna go sailing out of bounds, but it just clipped that back line. A kill for Touring, and usually she's more hitting from the middle, so from the right side she can get it done too.
Columbus backed away, let it go. And now a run going for Sioux Center. Touring, an outstanding player for Sioux Center. Really, the offense runs through her. She has 294 kills in the regular season, the most on the team. Good hustle, but it's going to be a point for Waterloo Columbus. Well, if this is any indication of what we're going to see in this 3A final, I like it.
I do too. I think this is one of the finals today that has the potential to go the distance. We just saw the Waller Golden Eagles and the Sergeant Bluff Warriors, Sergeant Bluff Luton Warriors go the distance, and I think this match has that same potential.
Kate Shannon with the service ace, the 5'8" junior libero. 62 aces on the year, leading the way for Waterloo Columbus in that statistical category. On the right side of your screen is Columbus. On the left side is Sioux Center. Well, you can't celebrate too soon. A little premature celebration.
Well, we should probably talk about how that works and how the officials take that into consideration. So the R1, the official that's on the stand, has final say. And so he looks to all his counterparts around the court to make sure that somebody saw that ball hit the floor. And if someone saw that ball hit the floor, they indicate so, and he has to wait and pay attention to that. That's why it was a little bit of a late call, late whistle.
It's also an indication that you can't celebrate because you're playing in the championship match, and balls that are normally down for a point, well, they might be returned today.
Well, especially with these two teams, that
Scrappy.
they both, yeah, they're huge defending teams that know how to fight and know how to never say die.
Columbus leads by 1. Blocked at the net. Sioux Center catching them off guard. Good job disguising that setter dump, the push over the net. Here's a look at the replay.
So it looks like she's going to push the ball to the outside, and she just sets it right over to the net into what we call the middle of the court, where the Columbus Sailors were playing campfire defense. And no coach wants their team playing campfire defense because that's when you're just sitting around watching.
And mistiming the jump. And Sioux Center has the momentum right now, leading 6-5 here in the first set as Shayla Post to serve. She just so nonchalantly dumped that over the net. She didn't even jump. Wow. Nice up defensively for Sioux Center. Little tip over the block. Going to take a lot to get this ball to drop down for a point. Nice long rallies. To the outside. Over the block. Columbus, near side. Down for a point for Sioux Center. 7-5. They lead it here in the first. Let's go to our net camera for that replay.
What I like about this is the Warriors middle blocker, number 8, Alyssa Mulder, was late. But she went anyway, and that's what we tell our middles. Go no matter what, because sometimes you're going to get a block coming in late like that, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you feel the momentum? It's shifted.
It has shifted.
A 4-0 run here for Sioux Center. Another strong serve. Waterloo Columbus gets the side out.
Nope, it hit the antenna.
The antenna was waving.
So
It
the
went
rule
down
there.
for the point.
Yep. So what happens is it went down for the point, but it hit the antenna on its way down, and that's what the line judges are paying attention for. That antenna, that red and white antenna that you see going up above the height of the net, is lined up with the outside of the boundary line. What a great serve. But it's lined up with the outside of the boundary line, and so if it hits the antenna or goes over the net outside of the antenna, it is out of bounds.
Tremendous serving for Shayla Post. A 7-0 run. Sioux Center doubling up Waterloo Columbus here. 10-5, early going of the first set. And the run continues. Timeout, Waterloo Columbus. And the Warriors elated with this big run they're on. Let's listen into the huddle and see what the coaches have to say for Sioux Center and Julie Oldenkamp.
Good job. All right. Hey, great job, Blue. Excellent start, okay? Way to execute. Good job. Hey, I like the defensive efforts here. Way to contest in it right away, okay? Up strong on the block. Very good, Alyssa. Good. Strong serving. Way to hit your zones. That's huge, Shayla. Good job, okay? All right, keep your communication high. Couple things. Don't let them get an easy point now with that setter. Something out of the timeout, okay? All right? Let's go. Hey, lots of talk. Warriors, 1, 2, 3.
So Coach Oldenkamp there wants to make sure that nothing, second contact comes over, nothing like that, but she likes the way that they're hitting the service zones. The court is broken up into 6 areas of the court, and Post is doing a really good job of looking at the bench, seeing what the coach wants her to give, and then hitting that, and that was exactly what she just gave her. Zone 1 is that right back corner.
8-0 run, plus a couple service aces, looking to get a side out any way they can is Waterloo Columbus. Meanwhile, Shayla Post, 32 aces in the regular season, hitting her spots.
Yeah, I think that was a throw. That's a good call.
So a lift call.
Yeah, so what happens is when you tip the ball has to remain out in front of your body. If you take it from behind your head and push it forward, it's considered a throw and it's an illegal contact or a lift.
It'll tip. Here's Waterloo Columbus. Trying to get a point, they finally do, but not after a 13-6 lead. And that is going to be a tough hole they dug themselves to come back from. A 9-0 run early on in this opening set in the Class 3A final, put together by Sioux Center, and strong serving by Shayla Post. Well, I think Shayla Post is my MVP so far. She gets the kill there, and she's serving really good.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job leading the team. She's a senior. What a fun way to come out and start the state final match.
Waterloo Columbus, they can put a run together. Quick set to the middle and hammering it down for the kill. That's Alexis Turing.
And I've been impressed with her all week. She gets up quick and she puts the ball down quickly, as you can see. What a pretty play that was. She's usually up against a single blocker, so she has both angles available to her. I love watching her get up there and do that.
Sioux Center on the left, Waterloo Columbus on the right. We played a 25 win by 2. Columbus with the point. And going back to serve as we look at the replay is Sydney Schultz.
This tip is kind of what Coach Oldenkamp was talking about in the timeout. Yep. To watch for that out of that timeout, but she still got a point off it.
It's back set, but blocked at the net by Columbus. Avery Kroll gets the stuff. She's a sophomore. And Barb, explain what happened there for the call.
So the call was a double contact. When the setter set the ball, your hands have to contact the ball at the same time. And that time the up official thought that that is not what happened, so he called a double contact.
Set to the near sideline. Wow, one-handed up. And an attack there by Columbus. Not expecting it to come back.
Yeah, not expecting it to come back. I like the thought process of hitting a ball that's up like that, but probably needed to maybe not hit it so hard and then put it to one of the corners or roll shot to the middle of the court. But I do like that idea.
Placement over blasting it in power.
But
Joust at the net, and it sails out of bounds. Nice idea out of Jordan Van Manen, the senior setter. It goes out of bounds. And chipping away here at this deficit is Waterloo Columbus.
But if you look at body language right now, Waterloo Columbus looks like they're beaten. So they need to do something to kind of create a run to get themselves back into this game mentally, because they look like they're having a rough go of it, just if you look at them.
Yeah, that set was really tight to the net. The Sailors get the point, and they pull within 6 here. As number 6 to serve, this is Anna Ortiz, a senior defensive specialist, 13 aces on the year. Blocked, point, Sailors.
Great job by Columbus to get 2 blockers up on that. Turing hasn't had a double block for a lot of the tournament this week, and so they got a double block up on it and got the point. Good job by the Sailors.
Great job by the coaching staff. Head coach Hannah Nuss, 3 years she has coached, all 3 years at Waterloo Columbus. 84 wins, only 36 losses. There's the side out by Sioux Center as you see the replay.
What a great corner by Van Manen I mean, that is like the perfect spot. It's so hard to defend that.
Denied. Tip to the back. Hustling. And the Sailors with another point. 5-point difference here in the opening set of the Class 3A Championship Final. Last year, Waterloo Columbus, the state runner-up in Class 2A. They bumped up to 3A this year. Sioux Center, it's their 7th trip to the state tournament, 2nd in a row. Tooled out of bounds, last touched off the block by Sioux Center. And we got ourselves a 4-point game. It feels like the momentum's changing a bit.
That's what I love about volleyball, is that momentum pendulum swings back and forth. So you're never out of it. You have to keep fighting, and all these players have done this at various levels, whether it be club, high school, wherever they play. They've all had comebacks and know that it is possible.
Nice scrappy play defensively on this rally. And it's another point for the Sailors. Look out. Look out. Timeout called by Sioux Center as they're watching their lead. Nope, they're going to keep it here. I thought I saw a couple players start heading over to the bench. The lead is evaporating, though, as we head on down the home stretch here in the opening set. Tipped out of bounds. And there's the timeout. 2-point ball game here in the opening set. Sioux Center still with the lead. Waterloo Columbus with the momentum. Let's listen into the Sailors huddle.
Coming to you. These are coming to you, okay? No 31s. Keep it straight out there for me.
Hey, that's your commitment to defense right there. Okay, you guys keep controlling the pace and you run this game. Let's go right here. Get it done. Let's go.
Still taking angle.
Keep it up. Keep that defense up.
So Coach Nuss is talking about they can make this happen and this comeback happen with their defense, and she's exactly right. They always say defense wins championships, and that's true in volleyball as well.
So this run that we're seeing Columbus on, you would give credit to defense, or what other factors are going into getting back into this?
I think their defense and they look more committed to playing the ball. It's the attitude, it's the effort. You know, it's going after everything, and that does make a huge difference. The Warriors are making a few mistakes, but sometimes tough defense leads to that.
The Sailors are being led by Anna Sinnott. She already has 5 kills. She's the top 4 kills leader in Class 3A this season.
Centerline violation.
Centerline against Sioux Center, and the run continues.
Yeah, we have a run of 5 right now.
Give credit to good serving by number 1, Olivia Fain. trying to build on this 5-0 Waterloo Columbus run. Yeah, a little miscommunication on the Sailors, and there's the side out. Sioux center needed. Now let's see if they can put a run together as we're closing out this first set. Nice pass, good set, and there's the kill. Anna Sinnott with 6 now.
We talked a little bit earlier about the Warriors going and getting it out there for blocking, even if they're late. You can see that time the middle didn't get out there, so Sinnott's up against a single block, and a hitter like Sinnott is going to put that ball away every time against a single blocker. So
the block was there, but the kill was stronger as Shayla Post with the kill.
And that time the blockers were in pretty good position. They looked like they were pushing over the net. They were just off the net, so they didn't have the net sealed. And so that they were in the right position, just not close enough to the net, so it stayed on the Columbus Sailors side.
My apologies, that was Alyssa Mulder. The 8 and the 9 look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Those orange numbers aren't popping out. And it's a 1-point game.
The numbers too.
Meanwhile, 7 kills now for Anna Sinnott. And now she's behind the service line for Waterloo Columbus. Joust opportunity, somebody's in the net. So it'll be a point for Columbus. Well, who'd have thunk? We're tied at 19.
Well, and that was unfortunate for Van Manen because she didn't really have a choice. She couldn't send the ball over. She's back row, so she had to try and save it, and it was just too tight.
Deep serve. Little roll shot. Here's Waterloo Columbus setting. Down for the kill. And the Sailors have stormed all the way back and have the lead 20-19.
So it's kind of interesting now looking at the body language and the effort of on the Warrior side, it's completely different. Like they aren't going for the balls that they were going for in the first part of this set, and that makes all the difference in the world. Energy is contagious and effort is contagious. If you go crazy all over the court, your teammates will too.
Running out of room. And the run for Waterloo Columbus, leading by 2. A 4-0 run right now, building on the earlier run they had to get back into this thing. They're just 4 points away from taking this first set. Nice block. Push to the back corner, it's in. Oh my.
Well, that's a great corner, but Sinnott could have played that, but thought it was going out. She stayed off it because she thought it was too deep.
Everyone's creeping up a little bit. And it grabs just inside that end zone. Sailors of Waterloo Columbus on the right side of your screen. On the left is Sioux Center. And 10 is waving, Barb, out of bounds. And Waterloo Columbus with the point. Substitution here.
When they were down 13-5, you never would have thought that they'd be ahead 22-20, did you?
That's why I love sports,
I
Barb.
know, and the momentum swings in this, it's just so much fun to watch.
Julia Benda, the junior outside hitter serving for Waterloo Columbus. The tides have certainly turned here in this Class 3A championship match. The fun thing is this is just the first set. Long way from over.
That's right, and especially with these two teams who know how to take it to 5 and have the grit to take it to 5.
23-20. Timeout on the court. 7 kills for Anna Sinnott leading the way. Let's see what Sioux Center has to say inside their huddle with Julie Oldenkamp, the coach.
Some of those jump balls, we got to turn back into better offense, okay? Hitters, get back in transition. Make sure you're getting back on those. Okay, it's really hard, I know, when it's quick off the tape, but if you can get out here, okay, and she gets into the pin, you got options, okay? All right, hey, guys, we started super strong in this set, hey, and it's in this rotation. It's right here where we were. Hey, you can do this, Let's go, get this first set. Big side out, Warriors, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so there she's talking about, she said if the ball comes out to the pin or the antenna, you have options. So She wants her hitters to know that the set needs to come out to the antenna, get far enough out there, and then the hitter can do whatever she wants with it. Then she also said on the junk balls, they need better offense. So any of that stuff that comes over the net, kind of like your Sunday church league, you got to turn it into some kind of positive offense. You can't just be junk balling it back.
Another thing she said was in this rotations when they went on their run, when you rotate after every single side out, and this has been a very beneficial rotation for Sioux Center. But a costly error with the service air. Trying to serve aggressive, but it goes long, and it brings up set point in favor of Waterloo Columbus. Here's a look at Sydney Schultz. Set points, Sailors. It's in. No, it sails out of bounds. Thought it grabbed that back service line. It goes deep, and a miraculous run and come from behind victory for Waterloo Columbus. And here's that final point. It's a game of inches. It's a game of momentum. And right now, Waterloo Columbus has the lead in this game. A long way from over. Back with the 3A final. Set 2 right after this from Cedar Rapids. You have to tune in to Iowa Public Television.
Learn something to improve your life during Festifall. Combat the physical signs and consequences of aging with techniques from Miranda Esmond White. Get simple life-changing steps to get your overall health back on track from Kristen Kirkpatrick. Ignite your energy and focus with secrets from Daniel Amen, MD. Pledge your support for Iowa Public Television during Festifall, November 18th through the 21st and 25th through the 28th.
Music is something anyone can do, especially kids. On the next episode of the IPTV Kids Clubhouse, we'll explore the sound of music. We'll write songs. We'll meet some music performers who are kids like us. And we'll have a blast with Dan Rodell and his puppet friends because on the next episode of the Kids Clubhouse, we'll be talking about music. Watch it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday on Iowa Public Television.
A year is a long time to be in space.
Astronaut Scott Kelly.
Welcome home.
And his twin brother Mark.
Two men with identical genomes
are part of an unprecedented experiment.
It's not just you readapting to Earth, it's people readapting to you back.
That tests the boundaries of man.
Coming back, it was harder than I thought.
And opens the door for the next generation.
This study will help us get to Mars someday.
8 o'clock Wednesday evening on Iowa Public Television.
Join us for the Texas Tenors Rise, a brand new concert that will inspire and stir the soul. This evening of music from America's favorite tenors celebrates not only the greatest music around the globe, but songs that celebrate our nation. Don't miss the Texas Tenors Rise.
Saturday night, November 18th, during Festifall on Iowa Public Television.
7 kills by Anna Sinnott, leading the way for Waterloo Columbus as they come from behind to defeat Sioux Center in the opening set. Welcome back, Eric Braley, Barb Randall for the Class 3A final. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, Barb.
That's exactly right, and that's what happened by turning a 13-5 deficit into a 25-21 win.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights, and I tell you what, neither team hit the ball very well. Both teams end hitting under 100% for attack percentage.
Yeah, neither one is doing very well in the efficiency category. Columbus leads Sioux Center in digs by 6, and other than that, it's mainly just they need to kind of calm down and get the flow of the game, feel the ball, get a rhythm, and go from there.
Anna Sinnott, 7 kills on 13 attempts, 4 attack airs, hitting .231. She also has 5 digs. Olivia Fain of Columbus, 2 kills on 6 attempts, hitting .333. But overall, Columbus, 13 kills, 9 attack airs on 43 attempts, hitting .093. Taking a look at Sioux Center, only 9 total kills, 4 for Van Manen, 2 for Turing, and 1 apiece for Craver and Claravinga. Overall as a team, 9 kills, 7 attack errors on 41 attempts, hitting .049. But you move forward to this second set. While the momentum is in favor of Waterloo Columbus, you would think Sioux Center has to be feeling confident because they know that they can play with this Columbus team as the #1 ranked team overall.
Well, and not only that, but their modus operandi for this week has been comeback. So
True.
they have no qualms about having this match go 4 sets or 5 sets. They know they can do it. They have a lot of confidence in themselves, and they don't really seem to have any issues with it. Nor should they.
Sioux Center's setter, Jordan Van Manen, she said, ever since 5th grade, we're saying we're going to be the grade that does big things. Well, they're playing for a state championship in volleyball. They were runners-up in basketball last year and a qualifier in softball. I'd say they're doing big things.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And cool that as young kids, they had those goals set for them, or set those goals for themselves.
As 5th graders. A point for Waterloo Columbus, 3-1 here in the early going. Again, the Sailors' 3rd straight trip to state. 35 wins, 8 losses on the year. In the semifinals, they rallied from match point in game 3. That meant if Carol Kemper got that next point, they'd be playing today and not Waterloo Columbus.
Well, and that was an exciting match, and it was, you know, it was exactly like you said. You never knew. Like sometimes in matches, you kind of can tell who's going to win, and in that match, you just never knew who was going to pull it out in the end.
Columbus ranked #3 as they celebrate the point to go up 4-2. Carol Kemper was ranked #2. Look at these set scores yesterday in the semis. Kemper won the first 25-16. They won the second 25-21 and had a chance to win, sweep Columbus, but lost 29-27. Then Columbus won the 4th set 25-19 and the 5th and final set 15-11. That's determination, that's will.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get much closer than when the other team has match point.
On the other side of the court, Sioux Center, they were down 0-2 to 6th-ranked Osage. As the Warriors get the point here to tie things up at 4 apiece. So Sioux Center dropped the first set, 25-16 in the semifinals. Dropped the second, 25-21. Won the third, 25-21. Won the fourth, 25-10. And won the 5th and final set 15-8. A veteran crew, 8 seniors on the roster for Sioux Center.
Well, and it's if those 8 seniors were setting those goals for themselves when they were in 5th grade, that's cool that they all hold each other accountable for that.
A lot goes into it. It's not just how well you play today, it's the culmination of a lot of hard work, conditioning, chemistry. And it transfers over from the softball diamond to the basketball court to the volleyball court.
Yep.
So as a Hall of Famer, Barb, and as a former Division I coach, you saw benefit in your own volleyball with playing multiple sports, and you liked recruiting the multi-sport athletes, didn't you?
You bet, and for a lot of different reasons. I think other sports can help you see things that maybe being a single sport athlete doesn't. I think basketball helped me see peripherally, which as a middle blocker, you need that. And I think some of the other sports helped as well. But I also like, for a variety of reasons, when you recruit multi-sport athletes, you have less of a chance of a burnout. So a lot of single sport athletes have been playing their sport since they were little kids.
Yep.
Year round. And so by the time they get to college, which ultimately is their goal, is the college scholarship, by the time they get to college, they're done. But with a multi-sport athlete, they're just starting. And so I liked it for that reason also.
Good shot there. The head coach, Julie Oldenkamp, 11th year coaching. 10 of the 11 years have been at Sioux Center. 269 victories, only 105 losses. And it's the 5th state tournament appearance for her at Sioux Center. Great job by our Iowa Public Television crew all day long, bringing you all the sights and sounds from this Championship Friday.
Nice job on that block by the Warriors. getting their arms up early and over.
Waterloo Columbus in the white uniforms, Sioux Center in the blue and orange. Ball out of bounds, and the Sailors go up now 8-7.
So that time the blocker's arms were not pushed over the net. They were up above her head, which then causes the trajectory of the ball hitting it to go sky high out the back end of the court.
Here in the second set, the Sailors get another point, tooling it off the block and out of bounds. Now it's 9-7. Remember, Waterloo Columbus won the first set 25-21. We talk about the goals, the dreams of getting to the state tournament. Well, Cedar Rapids has been the host city since 1992 for these volleyball championships. 2 years away from the U.S. Cellular Center due to the flood renovations in 2011 and 2012, where we were doing those broadcasts over
at the ice arena.
But what a wonderful city. And they roll out the red carpet and treat this championship and just cater to the fans, the players, the media, everyone.
Well, it's a big deal for this city to have this and to host it. It brings a lot of economic goodness to the city as a whole, and people understand that. They know during these 4 days, hey, don't drive downtown. Find another route, because the downtown is going to be inundated with school buses and fans and people who don't know where they're exactly going, and so find another route to work.
Just listening to some of the high school student athletes walking around saying, wow, it's cool to be in the big city, which, I mean, Cedar Rapids, 131,000 population. The metro area here in Cedar Rapids, 266,000, especially once we get to the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock time to 2A, 1A. Yeah, this is a big city for the state of Iowa, and it's a big deal playing on this court. 11-9, Waterloo Columbus with a 2-point lead. Here's the attack. Down for the kill. That's Alexis Turing, one of the top players in the state. She has over 300 kills, and let's see what the view is from our net cam.
I like that play. The only thing I would say differently is maybe set the ball another foot off the net. We want the ball to be 3 to 4 feet off the net so that there are some angles around the blocker, and so that the hitter has room to swing through without contacting the net.
Tied up at 11 apiece.
Now you could see that ball was tighter, and so she had to do more of a wrist snap on that swing, so that if she would have swung through with her arm, she would have hit the net. So if you just use your wrist and snap it down, then hopefully you don't hit the net.
The wrist snapped on that attempt. And Sinnott helps the Sailors get to a dozen. So Sinnott, number 9, has 9 kills already. Yesterday, she had 31 in the 5-set victory. Quick set, down for the kill. It's hard defensively to get up and stop that when it's such a quick handoff.
Well, and I'm not trying to show any favoritism, but I'll say I'm a favorite when middles get set like that and hit like that. She's up nice and early. She gets a nice ball to hit, and then she just pops it right down to the floor. It's pretty when it works like that.
Our broadcast partner, Barb Randall, recently inducted into the University of Iowa Hawkeye Hall of Fame, a former All-American middle. And she coached the middles at Purdue and at UNI.
I'm a little bit biased.
You are, but you love the position. 13-12, we're at the halfway point of the second set. Not a must-win by any means for Sioux Center, but it'd be nice if they don't go down 0-2. Just makes it a little easier.
I'm sure their coaches and fans would love it if they didn't have to have another 0-2 comeback.
Meanwhile, Waterloo Columbus says, it'd be good to head into the third set up 2-0. Good, strong serving. Heard a whistle. Net violation. And a timeout on the court. A run here by Waterloo Columbus to take a 3-point advantage. Let's go into their huddle.
Row, all the way back, okay? Here we go. Get a drink, take a breath. Keep up the blocks. We're killing them on blocks. Okay, work for touches, work for touches. Second line defense, don't let up and let any rolls fall, okay? Be ready for that. We got a lot of touches. Be ready for those rolls and tips. Okay, get the job done. Let's go. Come on.
Are you talking?
Let's go. Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive.
So she's talking about second line defense. That's the back row defense. She talked about get a lot of touches off the block. You heard the assistant say that. So work for touches, get a touch off the block, and then let the second line defense, the back row defenders, play the ball up. Additionally, she talked again about not letting a tip or anything on the second contact from the Warriors come over and just fall flat on the floor.
We're at a critical juncture here in this second set. Waterloo Columbus leading by 3. A chance to build on it behind the service line here. Just some miscommunication on the side of Sioux Center's net. And that's the thing, the culmination of the season. They've been playing together for a while. Maybe some jitters, though, on the biggest and brightest of stages with the state championship on the line.
Maybe a little jittery, but that should probably be out of their system by now.
Yeah. 4-point lead. Make it 5. What a big swing above the net.
Well, Eric, I don't know if you remember this, but this match is starting to remind me of a match from a few years ago when Columbus was in the finals and Bree Payton.
I do remember when we did that.
She was a lefty and she was serving bullets.
Yep.
And got ace after ace after ace, something like 7 aces in a row.
I was laughing because it was just incredible, the performance.
It was an unbelievable performance. And Bree Payton, who played at UNI, was recently inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Assistant coach at the University of Iowa. 5-0 run for Waterloo Columbus. Tooling it out of bounds off the block. Smart decision. Going right at the block, off the hands, and that's now double-digit kills for Anna Sinnott, the senior.
She shows she can get it done from the left side, and she can get it done from the right side.
Not the best pass, and now let's see what Sioux Center can do with it. Ball handling error, and it's now a 6-point lead as we close out the second set. Trying to will her team and send some positive energy is Julie Oldenkamp, the head coach at Sioux Center. Only so much you can do as a coach, though, Barb.
That's what makes coaching so hard.
Off the block. Here comes Sioux Center. They're in system here. Little tip. There they go. Side out.
Well, and way to battle through that. A nice little tip over the block. Sometimes you have to change the speed a little bit just to get the defense off their heels.
Well, we talked about Oldenkamp. She led Bishop Heelan to the state crown in 2006. Well, Waterloo Columbus. Let's take a look at the replay here.
So that is interesting because Sioux Center plays a rotation defense, which puts players back in those corners. So for them, the open position is the middle back part of the court. And that was exactly where that last ball hit.
Sioux Center, 34-5 overall. They have the top-ranked team here in Class 3A. They dropped the first set, 25-21. Inching closer.
Well, and Columbus does not want to let Sioux Center back into this set. They don't want Sioux Center to start the third set with any kind of momentum.
Hannah Nuss, you saw a quick shot of her, the head coach for Columbus. There they go, getting back on track. Yeah, pretty impressive what Columbus did. Last year, the runner-up in Class 2A, bumping up Class to 3A. That's not an easy transition. There's more student athletes, more bigger schools. The competition potentially could be more challenging, depends on the year by year.
Yep.
And that is the 5th kill for Schultz. Pretty good balance, actually, for the Warriors. But a service error, that doesn't help their cause. And frustration as heading to the bench is Mulder. 22-17. Play to 25, win by 2. Ortiz into the net. Trading service errors here.
If I'm anyone on either one of these teams, I shouldn't be frustrated. They both know at the state tournament you can come back from 0-2. So you just have to put on your kind of pull up your bootstraps and get back to work.
Nice pass, set to the outside, off the block. Tip to the back row. Nice placement, 23-18, Waterloo Columbus with the lead. Here's the replay, not power, placement.
Well, and Sioux Center has beaten them with that play several times today, so it's
kind of a taste of their own medicine.
That's right.
Timeout on the court, let's listen into a huddle.
Composure, get it done here. 6, okay? Blockers, continue to work hard to get closed, all right? And then, even if you're outside the block, okay, and she hits over or we're late, you have to try to pursue the ball, okay? Too much watching the ball hit the floor, okay? That's what we talked about, remember? Remember? You got to pursue the ball. Okay, guys, battle, battle, battle. Even if we do not win this set, remember we need momentum, okay? We need momentum. Come on, positivity, let's go. Warriors, 1, 2, 3.
Sometimes the hardest piece to get through is that mental piece. If you start believing that you've got this lost, then you've got it lost. She said the block needs to get closed, and that is so true. Their middle blockers are getting out there, but their shoulders are facing off the court, which means there's no way, even if the ball hits their hands, the ball's going to go flying off into the crowd.
So they're in the right spot. It's just more the positioning, and
they're not necessarily making it closed, but they're getting close, but their shoulders and hips are not. They need to be parallel to the net, and they're off the net facing the out of bounds, which just means the ball's going to go that way.
So even if Sioux Center doesn't come back and win this, the coach wants them to get some momentum going.
Yep, which she's right. You need to turn it around here so that you can keep that pendulum of momentum swinging your way.
Sinnott makes it 24-19. How do you stop this? Coming right at you.
Well, one way to stop it is get a double block up there, just like what the coach was saying.
Service error makes the score 24-20. Sioux Center all the way from western Iowa, the northwest corner, the border, taking on Waterloo Columbus High School Catholic from the Cedar Falls, Waterloo metro area. Winner take all here in this Class 3A final. Set point for Columbus, they got it. 2-0 lead here in the 3A finals. And that's a dozen kills for Sinnott. Anna Sinnott having herself a day, the senior.
Nice angle.
Down but not out. Sioux Center, they're in this exact same position yesterday. What'd they do? They dug deep, came back and won it. But Waterloo Columbus is going to make it tough for them. We'll see who wins set 3 right after these messages.
See more of your favorite IPTV programs on YouTube. Follow Iowa Ingredient on Facebook. Connect with all our social networks by visiting iptv.org/social.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Enjoy heartwarming carols.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Timeless classics.
Silent night.
And all of your holiday favorites.
A blue, blue, blue Christmas.
It's Christmas with Daniel O'Donnell.
Coming Saturday, November 25th to Festival.
American Masters gives us hope.
My fans call me Bob.
Bob Hope.
Well, they finally got me.
From vaudeville and Broadway to Hollywood,
Road to Morocco.
radio and TV, he gave us a century of laughter.
Throw the bombs out! No, not me.
Join the stars he inspired.
It's Bob Hope.
And the troops he entertained.
He gave him a good time in the worst of times.
With Thanks for the Memories, enjoy a look back at Bob.
This is Bob Hope.
On American Masters.
Coming Saturday, November 25th to Festival.
Do you Snapchat? So does IPTV. Add Iowa Public TV or snap our code. Get live peeks at our productions as they happen in real time. See exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Connect with all our social networks by visiting iptv.org/social.
Iowa Public Television is Iowa's statewide broadcasting network. IPTV provides quality, non-commercial programming and educational services that make a difference in the lives of Iowans. As one of the last locally controlled media enterprises in the state, IPTV is committed to telling Iowa's stories like no one else can.
Today we're telling the story of the Iowa High School Girls Championships from Cedar Rapids. And right now Waterloo Columbus one victory away from being your Class 3A champions. Welcome back, Eric Braley, Barb Randall. Are you having fun?
Oh, I love this. I don't think there's a better day all year.
So let's take a look at some of these highlights. And right now, there's been a lot of highlights for both teams, but it's been Waterloo Columbus who has more of them. 26 kills for Waterloo Columbus, only 23 for Sioux Center. Hitting 197 is Waterloo Columbus. Sioux Center's only hitting 159. What are maybe some of the other differences you're seeing between a win and a loss in both the first and second set?
Well, I think Coach Oldenkamp said it. It's pursuit.
Okay.
The Warriors have kind of quit pursuing the ball, and they need to get back into that. That's what gave them that 13-5 run in the first set, or that 13-5 lead in the first set. But here's the interesting part about this matchup.
What?
Columbus is up 2-0. Normally, you kind of think, oh, we got this match in the bag. However, everybody who's played the Warriors this week has been in this position.
Correct.
And the Warriors are here in this match. So there's no taking it easy. There's no relaxing. They all know that the Warriors have come back every match they've played here.
They're Warriors.
They're Warriors.
Take a look at some individual statistics. Anna Sinnott with 12 kills, hitting 261. Avery Kroll with 7, hitting 200. For Sioux Center, Alyssa Mulder 6 kills and 5 kills apiece for Van Manen, Turing, and Traver. So really good balance with 4 players with 5 or more kills for Sioux Center.
Well, and you need that balance. That's an important key to keeping the defense guessing and not knowing exactly where it's coming from. On the other side of the net, you have Sinnott getting most of the sets, and so Sioux Center knows where the ball's going.
Yeah, Sinnott 23 of 70 sets have been to her, but she's still hitting 261, very efficient. Both teams hitting much better in the second set, as Sioux Center hit 321 efficiency and Waterloo Columbus Catholic 357. Hope you're enjoying today's broadcast. Barb and I have been here all day long as the volleyball sails almost into our lap here as we're courtside here in Cedar Rapids U.S. Cellular Center. The 5A champions go to the Cedar Falls Tigers over West Des Moines Valley, 3-0. Dubuque Wahlert 1-5 over Sergeant Bluff Luton Warriors. And right now we're at the 3A championship. We still got the 2A and 1A to go. How'd that get through that block? Sailors have it. They're on the right side of your TV screen. It goes long, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Well, Barb, you've been here since Tuesday, and they flipped the court from yesterday to today, from the semifinals to quarterfinals. The U.S. Cellular Center looks different for all the days except for today.
That's right, and I'm so glad you're bringing that up, because at home it's hard to see, but the way the court is now, every other day the court is turned and there are 2 courts, one on each half of what you're seeing there now, and then there's a net that goes through the middle to keep the ball from distracting each other. And one half of the bracket plays on one court and one half of the bracket plays on the other court. It's a pretty phenomenal way to run this tournament.
I have no idea how the players can hear each other and focus when there's another match going just feet away from them.
Well,
and with everything riding on it in the semifinals.
So I think what the key is, the speakers all face outward. So they put the up ref with their backs to each other, so their whistles blow towards the outer part of the court. They put the speakers the same way, so everything the PA announcers say go out toward the outer part of the court.
A wonderful venue. Here is a look at the Warriors in a do-or-die, must-win situation, trying to force a fourth game, a fourth set. And right now they have the lead 5-4 after the fourth kill coming from Clairvinga, the senior. And looking at the veteran group for Sioux Center, they just have 8 seniors on the roster. That is a wealth of experience, but they still have some sophomores and juniors who are integral members of this team.
Well, and it's important to get some of the younger players this experience. So, one, they dream about coming back and want to work hard for it. 2, when they get back here, they aren't just scared as all get out.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll just leave it at 2. I'm sure there are other reasons.
Service error gives the point to the Warriors. Well, their head coach, Julie Oldenkamp, said yesterday after their come from behind big win in the semifinals, great comeback. The players played with no inhibitions, and when they play like that, it's really tough to stop them. And Coach Oldenkamp said, I'm just so thankful I get to coach them one more time today here in this championship final.
Well, and they need to find that again. They need to find that right here, and potentially they're on their way to starting to run with that. They've scored 2 in a row.
The serve. Got through the block, fooled out of bounds. Point Waterloo Columbus. Some powerful attack from Kroll.
So the reason why that happened is kind of what we were talking about before. Because the middle blockers are going out, their shoulders and hips are faced off the court, and then she has to bring her arm back on, and she's swinging at the ball. She has too much time when her arms are straight up and down. She needs to just push her hands over the net.
8-6 as the Warriors on a run. And also after that semifinal victory by Sioux Center yesterday, one of their leaders, Alexis Turing, we talked about what we needed to do as a team when we were down 0-2. We had to start communicating better and minimizing our mistakes. That's exactly what they need to do right now.
And you can see how the shoulders and arms are faced off the court on that. That was a great shot of that. So I'm pretty critical of middles, and I'm critical of blocking, and so I apologize if anyone's taken offense, but those are the techniques that you need to use. You need to keep your shoulders parallel to the net.
You're a coach. You're analyzing.
That's
you're
right,
critiquing.
that's right.
Nice pass. Back set. Set to the outside. Kept alive. Good rally between Waterloo Columbus, the third-ranked Sailors, and the top-ranked Sioux Center Warriors. I feel a momentum shift happening right about now.
Well, and we heard Coach Oldenkamp in one of the earlier, I think it was in the first set timeout, talk about the options they have in the block, and we just saw it right there. There are options up there for the pin hitters to go through those blockers.
16 kills now for Sinnott. Well, she had 30 kills in the quarterfinals, Barb. 31 in the semifinals. I think she has 32 in her today.
If it goes
halfway
5,
there.
Absolutely. If it goes 5, she absolutely could. If it goes 3, probably not.
What do you like about her as a player?
Well, I like that she's all over the court. We just saw her defending and then getting back outside to transition to swing. And she seems pretty aggressive, and as a coach, you always like aggressive.
That aggressiveness pays off again. If you got a kill total going on, that's number 17. She's leading all players. Here's the replay.
And see how those blockers' arms are so far off the net? That's opening up the court for Sinnott to hit wherever she wants.
10-9, Sioux Center with the lead by the slimmest of margins. Good pass. Guess who? And guess what the result is? Mixing up some of the shots here.
Well, and that's
angles.
Absolutely, and that's what you need to do. We've seen her go line, we've seen her go across, we've seen her do roll shots, and as as an outside hitter, you have to have all those weapons. So if you're a young player out there, practice doing different shots, tips, roll shots, hitting line, hitting angle. And when I say hitting line, I don't mean you have to hit the ball right on the line. Aim for the outer 5 to 8 feet of the court and hit in that alley.
Kind of like a strike zone. If you're a pitcher, you don't have to get right in the middle of it, hitting the corners. 11-10. 3A championship final. Must win for Sioux Center, as the Sailors of Waterloo Columbus lead 2-0. And in the rotation.
And that's a better job of getting the hands sealed to the net.
Ball clips off the top of the net. That's legal on the serve. Blocked, but down for a point for Waterloo Columbus. Well, Barb, you talked about the different shots that these young viewers who are tuning into this broadcast need to do. What else can someone do to improve, to get better, so that when they are a sophomore, junior, or senior in high school, hey, they're ready to step on this big stage and help their school win a state title?
Absolutely. The most important part of volleyball is ball control. So you can practice that even when you don't have a net.
So what is ball control?
Ball control is making the ball go where you want it to go versus letting the ball just play off your arms.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but you don't really hear about it before thinking about it, you know. So you can do that without a net or a court. You can pass to yourself, set to yourself, hit the ball against the wall, sit on the floor and ground and pass to yourself. Just different things to practice putting the ball where you want it. And then there are a lot of things you can do by yourself on a court too. And
serving, I would think.
Absolutely, serving is huge.
Kind of like free throws in basketball.
Absolutely, it's the only skill in volleyball that you have complete control over.
On the right side of your screen, Waterloo Columbus. On the left side, Sioux Center. We're in the third set. Columbus leads 2-0 after taking the first 25-21 and the second 25-20. That is the 11th kill coming for Avery Kroll. So it's really been Avery Kroll with 11 and Anna Sinnott with 19, leading the offensive charge for the Sailors. Center dump, blocked momentarily. Tip to the back row. Near side attack. Good up defensively by the Warriors. Wow, that was a fun volley back and forth between these two squads. Let's go to the net camera.
And you can see, again, their arms, they're swinging at the block. They need to just go up straight and push over and hold their arms there as long as they possibly can.
Back set slide, hammer time. Tied at 14 here in the third, halfway point. And the Sailors from Waterloo Columbus enjoying that. Got a wrestler there in the crowd. He wore a singlet to the game. I don't know, hopefully he brought a coat. It's bitter cold here in Cedar Rapids today. There's no quit in these Warriors out of Sioux Center. Great balance up and down the lineup. Draver with 7 kills. Mulder with 7 kills. And leading the way, Turing with 8. We kind of expected her to have a big game, but Waterloo Columbus has done a good job defensively slowing her down a little bit.
Well, the Warriors have not been able to get Turing quick sets in the middle because of their ball control and that kind of thing, and that's her strength.
Bread and butter right there.
Yep, they need to control the ball and get it so that she can hit those quicks out of the middle because she is powerful.
Well, Waterloo Columbus celebrating that point. Barb, Columbus, they're in the same conference as Dyke New Hartford, who will be playing next in the Class 2A title game, the NICL. I'd put that conference up about against any conference in the state of Iowa, especially if it produces 2 of the 5 champions today. It's one thing to win a conference championship, but it means a little something extra in the NICL, especially this season.
That's exactly right.
Great effort. They say it went under. Be interesting to look at the review on that. Regardless, love that the Warriors didn't give up on this here. So it's down, pancake, thought she might have had her hand on, but then it...
I think it went across the net outside the antenna because the line judge was waving his flag.
17-15, Waterloo Columbus with the lead. Timeout on the court. Columbus has the momentum. Let's hear what the coach has to say.
Not worried about anything except right here.
Okay, listen. You got to go now. You got them. You got them right where you want them, but it's got to take focus. Okay? Aggressive. That's what got you here. I need everybody covering. Every block. We're sending a lot of balls out to Anna. Everybody in with her. Okay? Cover and back out. All right? Pick up all the junk. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So she knows that the Warriors have come back from 0-2 every match, so she wants to make sure her team focuses in, and part of that is making sure you cover. And cover means when your hitter is hitting, you got to be down low ready for that block to block the ball back onto your side of the net.
Last year, Waterloo Columbus, the 2A state runners-up. Talking to the coach, Nuss, she said losing in the state finals last year definitely hurt these girls. The returners are on a mission this year. They talked about consistency a lot. How you have to maintain, outlast, you have to continue to push. She says, we all love each other immensely. Nobody wants this season to end. Well, it's gonna come to an end today, and either Waterloo Columbus is gonna be a state champ, or for the second straight year, a state runner-up. Right now, they're in the driver's seat.
Well, either one of these teams would be a second straight year state runner-up.
Good attack. Deep and out of bounds.
No touch.
A 4-point lead for Waterloo Columbus. They need just 6 more points. In a game here in this third set, we've seen 9 ties. It's been tight, but starting to pull away are the Sailors. Tough pass, and it results in a hitting error. So important to get a good pass off the serve.
A pass is the name of the game, and you can see what's happening when you run your middle offense and you can't get your passes to the setter. It changes your whole game. And wow. That is what happens when you can get your pass to the setter.
Get out of the way, that's Alexis Turing. Wow, 6-foot senior middle hitter, over 300 kills. She's been efficient on the season, hitting over 430. Another kill, that's exactly what Sioux Center needs. As Van Manen to serve. Van Manen gets set. Jump serve. Columbus off the block. Over the block by Sioux Center. Setter dump. Not catching anyone off guard on that play. Have to hit it over. They do. And it's down for the point. 21-17 Columbus. Not the hardest hit, but the roll shot worked.
Well, and that's the thing. It doesn't always have to be a hammer. It just needs to hit the floor.
Play to 25, win by 2. Columbus won the first 25-21. They won the second 25-20. Trying to join Cedar Falls and Dubuque-Wahlert as champions here today.
Another little roll shot right over the block into the middle of the court. Great spot by Sinnott.
Sinnott, 22 kills. Let's hear what Julie Oldenkamp has to say for Sioux Center.
Come on, all it takes is a big side out to get the momentum back on our side, okay? All right? Read your hitter, okay? That was a long volley there. Read your hitter. Make sure that you're collapsing in, playing defense first before the attack. I know you're gassed in those long rallies, okay? All right, we got to gut it out here. Got to gut it out here. Come on. Hey, guys, we can do this, okay? Positive, positive. Together, let's go. Big side out and battle. Warriors, 1, 2, 3. Warriors!
So she's right. One side out will create some momentum for them and help them get to the next spot. They need a good pass, and I'd be willing to bet that this set will go to Turing if it's a good pass.
Turing one of the top players in the state. Keep an eye on number 12 for Sioux Center. The serve from Fain, who distributed 55 assists in that semifinal victory yesterday. Tough shot. Too close to the net, and it's another point for Sioux Center. There's that side out that Oldenkamp was looking for.
Now I would say this is a must make your serve situation, so you just want to get your serve in to keep this rally of sorts going, to keep the momentum on your side.
They decide to go to Sinnott again.
That's a surprise.
The leader in Class 3A kills has 23 through these 3 sets.
And she just looks so effortless doing it.
Pretty good technique.
Yeah.
Out of bounds, but it was touched. A touch. And that brings up match point for Waterloo Columbus. Here's the replay. They go down the line. They say the pinky got it. And it's match point for Waterloo Columbus. Out of bounds. The Warriors trailing by 5. No room for air. Here's Traver. Columbus awaits the serve. Sioux Center on the attack. Down for the point. 2-0 run. They've dug themselves a hole. Have to play clean volleyball. Waterloo Columbus still with match point. 3A title on the line. The attack. Back to the Sailors. Good up defensively. Near side swing. Another point. They're playing like Warriors here. Sioux Center on a run. Love it. Alyssa Mulder and company. Match point still. Sioux Center stuffed at the net, and your 3A champions goes to Waterloo Columbus, 36-8. Last year, the 2A state runner-up. This year, the Class 3A champs. They win it in 3 over top-ranked Sioux Center.
Impressive win. A lot of amazing things happened during that match, but maybe the most amazing thing for the Columbus team is that they were up 2-0 and they finished it, and nobody's done that against Sioux Center this tournament.
Took a little bit longer to get this championship point after a mini run by Sioux Center, but here it is. The block down for the point, and the celebration, all that hard work pays off. 3rd straight trip to state. Columbus rallied from down 2-0 yesterday. Rallied from match point in game 3 to eliminate number 2 Carol Kemper yesterday in the semifinals. They defeat number 1 Sioux Center today. Waterloo Columbus Catholic, the Sailors, are your 3A champions. And a look at some statistics. Sinnott finished with 24 kills, hitting .333. Avery Kroll with 11 kills. And for Sioux Center, 9 for Touring, 8 for Mulder, 7 for Traver. And the fans and student section love it. This is why I love Iowa high school athletics.
Me too. I don't see a banana in that crowd, but they are having a great time.
They're dressed up and doing everything in their power to cheer on their fellow classmates to a victory, and they accomplished just that. Congratulations to Sioux Center on a great year. Now let's go to the public address announcer for the all-tournament team.
Beamer and Roger Francis. Presenting the 2017 Class 3A all-tournament team is John Sanbothi, Regional Manager for Iowa Farm Bureau. Your 2017 Class 3A All-Tournament team. From Waterloo, Columbus, Olivia Fain. From Waterloo, Columbus, Olivia Fain. From Sioux Center, Jordan Van Manten. From Osage, Kelsey Hobble. From Kemper Catholic, Amy Adams. From Waterloo Columbus Catholic, Kate Shannon. From Sioux Center, Alexis Toring. Your tournament captain from Waterloo Columbus Catholic, Anna Sinnott.
Good look at the Class 3A all-tournament team representing several schools. And now the trophy to the runners-up out of Sioux Center. What a year. 34-6. They can hold their heads high. Many multi-sport athletes getting to state in basketball, softball, and volleyball. No shame in finishing second in this competitive Class 3A.
No shame,
Class
but I've been in
3A
this position, and it hurts.
Coach Hannah Nuss and the Sailors from Waterloo, Columbus.
Again, Coach Nuss said losing in the state final last year definitely hurt these girls, and the returners are on a mission this year. They all love each other immensely. Nobody wants the season to end. Well, the season just came to an end, and they are your Class 3A champions. Waterloo, Columbus, 36-8 overall. The Class 3A champs. We're having fun here in Cedar Rapids. Still 2 more championship matches to go. We'll take a break and be back with the 2A finals and later on the Class 1A championship match. Stick around for more coverage here on Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Volleyball Championships is provided by...
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Volleyball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community. Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.